Hello and welcome wherever you are. We're also live on YouTube. So if you're in the webinar room or live on YouTube, a big welcome wherever you are in the world. My name is TechTalks, CTO at DVS, and today we're going to take a look at the body camera solution that we offer via Hikvision. So just going to give it 1 minute just to allow some people to join. The room's just filling up since I opened it up. Just waiting for some more people to join. We'll generally give it 60 seconds for the people who wanted to join to come into the room. Again, wherever you are, a big, massive welcome. If you're asking questions on YouTube, we'll try and pick them up later. There's only myself on the webinar, so any questions I'll try and pick up at the end, or feel free to email webinar@dvs.co.uk, where we will be able to answer any queries, give feedback, send you any documentation that you may want past this, or put you in touch with somebody if you need to in a different country. Okay, so we're going to start now. So for those of you that don't know, Hikvision offer a range of body cameras and accessories. The most popular is the docking station, which you can see in front of us. So we have 2 or 3 body cameras that we can offer. So for those of you that don't know, a body camera is a device you wear on a person which records video and audio, which can then be downloaded via the cradle or a USB cable, or you can insert it into the docking station, which we'll show you shortly. The footage will be downloaded and saved on the docking station for retrieval at a later date, or via Hike Central and the docking station interface. So 2 different cameras or 3 different cameras that we actually sell. What I will do is switch you to the IP camera view, and you'll see the docking station, and I'll show you up close what the cameras look like so you get a better understanding and feel of them. But essentially we offer a body camera with an LCD screen, and the LCD screen allows you to interact with the body camera. So if it's one person with a body camera, you can effectively do live view, playback and configuration from the LCD screen that is attached on the back, you can see there. They have infrared built in, 2 megapixel recording, image recording. They have snapshot if you want to take a snapshot. They also have a laser pointer. So if you need to point somebody out in a busy nightclub, for instance, and it's dark, you can use the built-in laser pointer that will allow you to indicate a person or an object of interest. So quite a powerful tool. They have detachable accessories. So we sell different varieties of clips, a dashboard clip, and also a body harness. They do, and other people do make a click-fast adapter for this. So Hikvision actually have a click-fast adapter, which makes it a very generic product. And at that point, you can use the accessories that click-fast supported. So 2 body cameras, the 2311, and we do this in 2 variants. We have one that supports 3G, 4G SIM card, and we also have one that is non-3G, 4G, but supports Wi-Fi. The internal memory is 32 gigabyte SD card internal flash memory, or we have a version that can be 64 when ordered from the factory of 64. So 2 different variants. We also have so that's the 2311, so that's the sort of latest model. It's slightly chunkier than the older 2211. The 2211 still looks very similar. It has an LCD screen on the back, slightly smaller, hot swap battery, but an extended battery life on the B model. This is sort of the run rate one now, but the 2211 is also still available, and again, it's slightly smaller. You'll see the difference shortly. We also have this brand new camera. There's no LCD screen on this camera. So for those of you that don't need the LCD screen, and obviously the LCD screen can be a vulnerable part because this can smash, scratch, etc. So no LCD screen. The cost is a lot better on this unit because there's a lot less componentry, but effectively very small unit. I have one here which I'll show you for comparison, and there's a button on the front you use to start and stop recording, very similar to the police swarm one in the UK. No LCD screen, but again, can be used with a USB cable to download footage directly. And also there is a dedicated docking station for this product. I have the older style, but there is a newer style which we've ordered specifically for this product. And they can all be managed through Hike Central. So if you've got many outlets and you want to manage them from a central location, Hike Central is a perfect tool to allow these docking stations to be added to Hike Central and all of the footage retrieved remotely. So you can see there the specifications. If you need these, we can send these to you. This is the docking station. So it's a Windows-based docking station. So it has Windows embedded. Basically, there's 8 cradles that allow you to put up to 8 body cameras into the docking station. It's important that you tell us what body camera that you want to be compatible with this docking station at point of order, what models, because there's different cradles. But effectively, you can charge the body cameras from the cradle itself. When you dock a body camera into this cradle, it will download the footage and save it into the internal storage on this docking station for later retrieval. So then it will not only download it and secure it as a sort of a massive data bank, it will also erase the footage that's on the body camera, allowing it to be deployed again without the worry of it filling up and not being able to record anymore because the body camera is maybe full or the evidence being overwritten. So really, really powerful. It also has what we call the DEM software, so the Digital Evidence Management System, which I'll show you shortly, which allows you to interact with the docking station to download, set it up, and obviously retrieve any footage that is saved on the data bank. So really, really powerful device. Again, we'll show you added to Hike Central because then it becomes a very powerful solution. There's a new docking station coming that is more bays. So this is currently an 8-bay unit, but there is one that's coming that's expandable up to 32 bays. So moving on. That's what the docking station comes with. They come with 2 terabytes by default, but they can go up to 24 terabytes internal storage. It'll depend on how much data that you want to store on this digital evidence management system, DEMS, will dictate how much storage we need to implement into this device. So, and there's also a web browser function. So if that is on the network, you can web browse into it from other PCs to retrieve footage. I would probably do it either through Hike Central or through the interaction of the local GUI on the docking station personally. So they're the actual specifications of the products we're going to look at. Now, if I load up this camera here, you can see I've used a camera as a web camera effectively. So we've got the DEMS, the docking station here next to me. Hello. So there's 8 units on there, and I've got 2 cameras already docked. You can see this camera here on the left-hand side is the 2311. So it's the large one with 4G connection in it. And then this is the 2211, so slightly smaller, but highly capable still. Then we have a new unit. Undock that. This is the new one I was on about. So there's no LCD screen, but you can see the large button on the front. And you can see it's a very compact size. We expect this one to be very popular. 1, because of the cost, and 2, it's very robust. You can see they come with sort of a clip on the back. But again, if you want to, for instance, this one here has a click fast adapter on there. So if I just go around there and show you how this works, you can see the cradles there. There's a space for a spare battery. For those of you that want to charge a spare battery, they can be charged in the back of the cradle, and the docking station carries the unit. Simply put it in, it will charge it and download any footage that is on the body camera since its last docking into this unit here. There's a mouse, keyboard, network, VJ connection, all on the back of the unit. Like I said, it is a standard PC. So you can see there what that looks like and the sizes of the actual products there. Wait for that to catch up. So again, really, really powerful. We just stop this. So that gives you a little bit of an insight how big it is. It is bigger than a standard. For those of you that have seen like the 7.7 series NVRs, slightly deeper than that, but thicker. But other than that, similar size. Okay, so if we go to TeamViewer, you'll see here I have. The only way I could do this effectively was install TeamViewer onto that docking station there, and then actually load the DEM software. So the DEM software, again, there is updates available to this. So it's a software that gets installed on the docking station that allows you to interact effectively with the docking station and the body cameras. Now, there's 2 parts to this. If I close the DEM software down, you have to put a password in. We've got Body Camera Assistant and the DEM software. So the Body Cam Assistant, it doesn't have to be used on the docking station. You can use this on any standard PC to set your body camera up. Now, if you've got a body camera with the LCD screen in there, you are able to set a lot of the functions up via the LCD screen. I would say the body camera assistant is a much easier way to do this. Simply open up the body camera assistant. Now this requires the DEM software to be closed and a camera or cameras to be docked in the cradle or a USB cable connected to the PC that you're using. Simply click recognize device. And again, that didn't work. So I need to take one out and put them back in. If this ever happens, take them out and put them back in. Wait for one. There we go. So there's one here. So there's actually two in there, but they take a little bit of time to come up. Simply select the one that you want to program, enter the passcode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by default, and click login. Now it opens up the programming interface. So within this software now, I can set the parameters that are specific to this body camera. So I can give it IDs. The default is Police 001, but you can change names. That's the serial number of the product. So I would leave that there as a reference if you want to create an RMA, but you can actually change the Police 001. You've got things like recording resolution. So 1080p, 60 frames a second, or you can reduce that and what bit rate it is. Recording is audio and video. That's the default, but you can change it to video only if that's what you require. The transfer, bit rate, etc. Then you've got time settings, so you can actually manually set the time or do the auto time synchrony. Network settings. So again, if I've got a body camera with a Wi-Fi connection to it, I can simply input the SSID and the network key there. Every time I turn the body camera on, it will connect to my Wi-Fi network in the building, and I might want to connect that to an NVR, which is connected to Hike Central, for instance. So it's an easy way. If a guard is doing a guard tour, not only is it recording back on the NVR, there could be a guard in the guardhouse that watches the guard do his guard tour, and therefore if he gets into trouble or needs assistance, he can go and help him. So it's a really powerful solution, and I'll show you that very shortly. Security settings, if you want to change your password. Platform settings, if you're using it to some of our platforms, like we have an IVMS 5200 mobile platform, the IMS 4200 platform, and some of the other Hikvision platforms that require you to input this data to register it on that platform externally. We've used the docking station added to Hike Central, so we'll show you that separately. Static Wi-Fi configuration. If I'm using the Wi-Fi configuration, I like to enable that and give it a static IP address. So when I add it to my NVR or DVR, this will then connect every time on that IP address, so it makes it nice and convenient. And some general system settings. So your positioning systems, GPS, BEDO, GPS and BEDO. Infrared settings are set to auto logout, which is the screen logout. So after 2 minutes, it'll log out and go inactive, but it doesn't stop it being able to record when you're wearing it. Post-record, pre-record, video clip time, system volume, you know, all of these different things that you can actually adjust that are specific to your application, format the device, and then actually system restore it. For those of you that need to physically update the product, if you have a file that we send you to maybe update the body camera itself, simply switch it into USB mode. You then find the folder, actually go navigate to the folder. It appears a USB drive. Simply go to that USB drive, drop the digicap file in there, and then reboot the camera. On the camera LCD screen, then you navigate to auto update, click auto update yes, and then the camera will reboot and apply that new firmware. So that's how you update the product if you need to do that. And other than that, you've got log information, and you can also use it if there was footage on there. It's all been downloaded to the docking station. Like I said, every time I dock it, the footage was erased from the body camera and kept on the docking station itself. If you were using this in isolation, you'd be able to retrieve media, so the footage would be available and downloaded via this interface if you're going to use it as a standalone product. When you're finished, simply exit or switch device. If you want to switch device and go to a different device, you can actually choose then this device and set that up in the same way. And you can see this device, I've actually added it already to the IP. I've actually already given it a static IP address, so it's added to my Wi-Fi, so it's added to an NVR. But this one also has the an O2 SIM card in it, or it did before I took it out yesterday. And you can fill those O2 SIM card details out, or whatever SIM card that is. Once you do that, it will then connect to an NVR or DVR via 3G, 4G if it's on a static IP address, or our software directly via that platform connection method. So again, it can be remotely streamed into the platform using the 3G, 4G SIM card. That does cost a little bit more. So the hardware, the body camera will cost a little bit more if you want that added functionality. Once we're happy that we set that up, it's as simple as opening up the DEM software here. Wait for that to catch up. Now it's opened up the software. It's showing that I've got these are like a representative of the cameras I might have docked in there. It's showing that I've got 16 cradles. I've only got 8 cradles in there. The premise behind this is the screen resolution to fit it in. I've made it larger, which then expands it and shows there's 16 docks in there. In reality, that has only got 8 docks. These are representative of the 2 products I've actually got docked in there now. So it's showing me tick as it's collected the evidence. You get a scrolling banner across here, which tells you what is the last events that have happened, whether it's collected it, abnormal, normal, etc. You can click on view details and it'll give you some details around that collection evidence, if there was any collected. Now on the left-hand side here, you have a pop-out menu. So home is this screen here. And the way it works is if I take a body camera out with a docking station, simply press and hold the record button and it will turn it on and start recording it in a very quick time. So again, that's on and actually recording now. So you can see the LCD screen and the audible tone. So we're actually recording footage, video and audio now. So we're recording our webinar. So, hiya. Again, once I finish, press the stop recording. I can put the camera in on or off. It doesn't really matter. So if I choose to put it in the docking station on, simply connect into there and you'll see straight away, it'll connect to the body camera and download any footage that is there since its last collection. And there we have it. Click on details. And it's collected a video there. And if there was any audio files or images like snapshots, they would be collected as well. So it really is as simple as that. And it gives you an ongoing commentary as to what is happening live with this system. And you know the evidence has been collected. Now, if I go into home, sorry, that was home. If I go into file, I have to log in. So when you set this software up, you have to set the admin password up. So I'm just about to log in with said admin password. Now, straight away, it brings me into the collected evidence. So up the top here, you have the time and date range, which you can search specifically for time and date. You can select for video, audio, picture, and then status or locked or unlocked. Click search, and it will actually give you, there's more than, I can go to page 3. So this is the evidence we've collected. It's like most recent is the last one. So if I go to this one here, you can see here, this was collected right now. So we're saying David Davis. There's the product number, there's the file, serial number of the product, and then the collection time and date and how long that file is. Now I can lock it. If I lock it, that stops it being erased or overwritten on the docking station. So again, if you did that with every file, you would need to make sure that you have that storage capacity on the docking station, but I can protect it by locking it. I can actually search by user number, so narrow down that search, or by specific time and date range. Now, if I click on play on this video file, we'll open up this video file here, press play, and it will play the video and audio associated. Video and audio now. Recording our web. Again, so that is that. I can put some notes in there, so say testing. I can actually fill it in correctly. Click save, and you get all the details there. Click save. Now that's updated. This one, again, if I click on this, the notes are still there. And then I can obviously, sorry, expand it, close it down, save the file, lock it, etc., etc. If I want to export this footage, as simple as highlighting the footage, click export. Now the default location, probably the desktop, but you could put it on USB, you could put it onto a network map drive. If you're using Hike Central, you gather it through Hike Central. So again, put it on desktop, click save. Now that file is exported and you can copy paste it wherever you want from there. So that's as simple as retrieving the footage. Now under log, again, log in. That will give me all of the audit trail that belongs to this docking station. So it'll tell me who did what, when the evidence was collected, etc., etc., etc. So it's a full audit trail of the system. So it gives you an evidence trail, and you can pinpoint who did what, when, and where. So if somebody's downloading exported footage and you don't know why, you can go in here, find out when that was and who it was, and then go and ask them those relevant questions. Last one is the settings. So again, logging in. So with the settings, this is the docking station settings itself. So that's the ID of the docking station, the file search permission, and then startup. So startup is when the Windows machine reboots and you log in. Do you want the software to automatically restart? Now, yes, that's very typical of the application. By default, it's enabled. You've got language, Chinese or English. The collection formats, audios and pictures, so you can add and detract from there. The defaults are absolutely fine. Users, so you can add in users. So I've added myself as a user, and I've done this through Hike Central. So through Hike Central, it's added me as a user. So I've added the docking station to a group. Now, any device that belongs within me, Dave Davis, those two devices, which are those two body cameras there. You don't have to use Hike Central, so you can create a user and add a body camera to a user, so it ties the two together. Or you can use Hike Central and it does that tie. Or you don't have to do this tie at all. You can just leave the body cameras default with no person or group assigned, and any footage is downloaded and searchable via the admin login. So you don't have to do any of this. You can just use it default mode where the admin can search all footage, and so could any user that you add, and as long as the body cameras are assigned to that user group. Device, these are the two devices that we've added that have been docked. Every time you add a new docked or dock a new product, so you could have 32 cameras that are rotating through this 8-bay docking station. It will appear here, so it gives you the device number. You can click on operation, it'll tell you the serial number, and then obviously me through Hike Central has tied me to this body camera. But again, you can tie, if you add a user, and you can tie the two together there. Hard drive space. So we've only got the default 2 terabyte, but you can have more storage, tell it where those storage locations are, what the total free space is, what the free space is allowed to be, 5 gig, 1000 gig for free space, and how long this saves for. So we've allowed this for 30 days. So after 30 days, any footage after 30 days will be automatically deleted from the docking station. But again, you could put that to 0, which would be indefinite, or you could put it to 1 day. So after 1 day, any downloaded, say, footage, unless it's locked, will be removed from the docking station. And then clear original data. By default, it's on. That means any data that's on the body station, once it's downloaded, will be erased from the body camera. That's the suggested default operating mode. But you can disable that if you feel that's necessary. Now, again, platform, depending on what software platform you're adding the system to, we fill those details in appropriately. We've added this to Hike Central, which is the default platform that we suggest you use. Therefore, we don't need to touch this, but there are certain platforms this can operate with outside of the Hikvision Hike Central, for instance. You've got your admin password, so update the admin password, trial period, upgrade for the docking station, storage, so you've got C-Store, CVR, and P-Store, so you can increase the storage through one of those types. Data backup, so you can back up all of the settings from the docking station and keep it within the docking station environment in case you ever have to retrieve it, like all of the body cameras that have been already automatically imported in the user lists. Again, you can do the manual backup, or you can just leave it the auto one. Encryption, if you want to use encryption, and then the notification. So that's when you dock a body camera footage, it goes on and off and the footage is retrieved. So that, in a nutshell, is the docking station and the body cameras. If I get a docking, the one with the Wi-Fi enabled, which is this one here, it's got the click fast adapter on there. So I'm going to turn this on, press and hold the record button. Now this is a slightly longer startup time, and the battery life varies depending on what you're doing with it. 4 to 8 hours depending on the model and the usage. Okay, so that's started up now. What you will see is top here. Let me just connect. Wait for the Wi-Fi to connect. That always takes about 30 seconds, so don't expect it to be instant. Leave that there. So the Wi-Fi is going to connect on that one. And again, we could do the same on this one because they both support Wi-Fi by default. If I wanted to add it to an NVR, which I already have, if I open up the web browser of the NVR, you can see here, go to camera, this one here, sorry, admin. So it is under here, camera management. I've added it as camera 16. So again, just added it by that static IP address and the default password of the body camera. If I go to live view now there will be a bit of delay. One, because I'm using the webinar recording. Two, because it's obviously Internet Explorer, there's a delay on it. And three, because it's going through Wi-Fi. But again, if I double click on that to view it, you can see if I turn the body camera around, it will catch up in a couple of seconds. So again, there is a few seconds delay on it, but that will record video and audio to the NVR, so you can play back and live view from the NVR. So another handy little tip. If you're using Hike Central, I've added this into Hike Central, so under the docking station group, and the physical group here, you'll see I had a docking station added. Wait for it to catch up. So docking station has been added, which is that docking station there. Let's get rid of these. What you'll see within the client, if I go into people search, search video on device, and then you've got the docking station, and then the group I created earlier, like I said. And then if I click on search, the footage that I've downloaded is there. So if I click on this, it's got audio, video, and I can download it. So it's a really nice search interface via Hike Central, really easy to use. So again, many, many options. I think really that's all I wanted to go through. There wasn't too much more. That's sort of the body camera offering that we have in a nutshell. They're always making adaptations to this, always improving it. Like I said, that new sort of eco one that's going to be really, really popular, really powerful, cost effective. Only just come out. If we need any details, email us webinar@dvs.co.uk or speak to Hikvision rep, depending on who you are, where you are. Hope you enjoyed this webinar. I'm just going to check if there's any questions. No questions, so I'm presuming everyone's okay. If you do have any questions, please webinar@dvs.co.uk. I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully it gave you an insight as to what we can offer. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, stay tuned, stay subscribed, and we'll see you next week for some more how-to videos and some more webinar content. Cheers. Bye-bye now.